You know that moment when you finish writing a blog post and then you realize, shoot, the work isn't actually done because now you gotta paste it into your website and then paste it into your email marketing platform to send to your audience and then fix the formatting and then re-upload the images. And suddenly your publishing takes longer than your writing. In my last video, I showed you how to take content from Airtable and automatically publish it to WordPress. To watch that video, check out this link here. Well, today is part 2. We're taking that exact same content and sending it to Mailchimp automatically. And here's the problem we're solving. If you publish content on multiple platforms, how do you save time and avoid doing the same manual work twice? What if you could drop everything into one spreadsheet, click a button, and let the automation handle the rest? One of my clients actually faced this issue head on. They publish content daily, 365 days a year, and their team was spending 30 minutes uploading the post to WordPress and then another 30 minutes uploading the same content to Mailchimp every single day. So today I'll walk you through step by step how to automate your Mailchimp using Airtable and Make.com. And I should say this same process can work with any database tool like Google Sheets or Notion or Monday.com or any email marketing tool like MailerLite or Brevo or ActiveCampaign, as long as they allow API access. But today we'll be showing it using Mailchimp and Airtable. Hey, I'm Paul, owner of Matsu Consulting, where I help teams streamline their operations by building them systems, processes, and automations. If you want to connect with me or work with me, check out the links in my website in the description below. And please like and subscribe. Remember that your content is stuck inside of your spreadsheet, but your team still has to manually copy and paste it into multiple platforms. This section will solve that by structuring Airtable in a way that Make.com can clearly read it, giving you one central home for all of your content. So let's start with creating the Airtable base. Here I have our sample Airtable database with one table just called posts. And you'll see all the fields here. This is the title of the Mailchimp campaign, the author, which is a single select field, the excerpt. After the excerpt comes the body of the email, and we can break this up into different sections. For us, we're going to include a quote from a particular author. In this case, again, we have Wayne Gretzky quoted by Michael Scott. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You can link out to the quote. We have a couple different sections. So we'll have a focus section, which is similar to a summary of the article. The body section, which will be formatted with rich text. You can bold things, you can italicize things, you can hyperlink text. You can also add ordered or unordered lists. These are long text fields where you have the rich text formatting enabled. Finally, we have some reflection questions, which are just ordered lists 1, 2, and 3. This article on the Airtable website has more information about what types of Markdown language are acceptable within Airtable long text fields. So you'll see down here, if you want to add headings, this is how you format them. If you want to bold things, italicize things, strike through, add checkboxes, unordered or ordered lists, hyperlinks, etc. The last field here is a single select field, which just has 3 statuses: not yet uploaded, send to Mailchimp, or scheduled and complete. And this is what we will use to filter which records should be sent to Mailchimp. So I've created a unique view here that's called send to Mailchimp, and it just has a simple filter where the Mailchimp status is set to send to Mailchimp. So if you log into your Mailchimp account, go over here to campaigns and click on email templates. You can create a new template. I've already uploaded one. I will edit it. It's good to first set up the template using Mailchimp's drag and drop feature because it's much easier to set up using these features rather than hard coding everything with HTML. I just added like a sample logo. This is where the title of the article will be, written by author. And then here's where you insert the quote, and then the source of the quote, the focus section, the body section, and then the reflection questions. All of these areas with the double brackets, these are areas where the content from Airtable is going to be dynamically filled in. So my recommendation is to use a unique keyword that will not appear anywhere else within the HTML code, such as the word insert. And that way it'll make your life much easier when you're trying to map the fields from Airtable here with Mailchimp. Once you're happy with the template, you can preview it just to see what it'll look like from the end users. I think it looks good. Once you're happy with it, save and exit. Once you're back here on the email template screen, click here and click export as template, and it'll export that as a HTML file, save it to your desktop. And the next step is to go to an HTML editor software. I'm going to use a free version online. The website is forhtml.net. This one's very good because you can upload a file to it. Up here, make sure you click on the HTML file editor. First, clear out all the dummy information. You are going to upload your file right here. You can click choose file, choose that sample template. It'll output the image down here. Right here, you're going to copy and paste this entire chunk of code, and this is what you are going to copy into make.com. So remember that the problem is your content is written, but it's still just sitting in Airtable. So this section will solve that problem by automatically pulling in your Airtable content, formatting it correctly, and then uploading it to Mailchimp all in one run. The first module here is search records in Airtable. So you'll see that it's pulling from our sample database, and then the table is the posts. And then the view, remember, is the send to Mailchimp view that I showed you. And then you could skip all this other information. The limit is 1 because that just signifies we want to pull in one record. And then modules 2 through 4, these are Markdown to HTML language. So you'll see that this is pulling in the quote text field. This one's pulling in the focus long text field. This one's the body, and this one's the reflection questions. So now we move on to module 5, which is create a Mailchimp campaign. This is the core of the automation. So you're going to fill in and map all of the fields from Airtable. So the campaign title is the title of the blog post. The list or your audience ID is what list you want to send from. The subject line is whatever you want, but for our purposes, it's the title of the blog post. The preview text is our excerpt. The from name is kind of the vanity name, like your company name. The from email address is the sending address. Where it says fill the body content, you can either click by template ID or by HTML format text. For this one, you have to do by HTML format text. And then here, you're going to have to copy and paste in the HTML content. Remember, that came from the HTML editor. Paste that in here. After you paste in your HTML content, this is where using that keyword insert, remember this keyword here, do a Command F or Control F search, find where that information is, and then you're going to go ahead and map in all the correct fields. Right here is where you insert the title. Right here is where you insert the author. And again, like this is where the title will go. This is where the author would go. This is the quote text. So right here, that's where that quote text is going to go. And then the quote author is going to go right there, as well as the URL link where the source of the author quote would go. That goes right here. And if you scroll down more, this is where the focus question goes right here. And then scroll down more, the body. This is where the body goes. Again, the focus is right here, and then the body goes right there. And then scroll all the way down, and then the reflection questions would go right here. Once you map that, go ahead and save it. And then the sixth and final step is to update your Airtable record. You scroll down to the Mailchimp status, and then update the status to scheduled and complete, and then save the entire process. Let me run the automation to see if it works. Okay, looks like it was successful. Let me go back to Airtable to show you. The status got updated to scheduled complete. Okay, let's go into Mailchimp and see if the campaign was created. It looks like the campaign was just created. So let me go ahead and view it. All right, you see the title got inputted, day one article, the author, the quote, and you can click on the link and it hyperlinks to it. The focus, the body, it's still retained the bold and italics, and still retained hyperlinks, and then the reflection questions. Okay, looks like everything was successful. If you ever need to change your email template, what you'll need to do is go back to the original template and make any edits here by using the drag and drop feature, like adding images and whatnot, because your alternative is you would have to hard code everything using HTML, and that would take a lot more time. So again, the process would be you'd have to edit your template here in Mailchimp, export the HTML file, re-upload it to Make, and then remap all the fields that I showed you. So let's come back to the core problem. Publishing to multiple platforms can steal hours from your week and even months from your year. The solution? Store your content once in a platform like Airtable and use Make to format it, publish it, and deliver it all automatically. No more repeating the same manual process twice or 3 times or 4 times. And if this saves you even 30 minutes a day, then that's over 180 hours a year back in your pocket. If you found this walkthrough helpful, check out part 1 on automating WordPress. So again, my name is Paul Matsushima at Matsu Consulting. If you like this tutorial and want to connect or work with me, check out the links in my website in the description below. Please like and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you in the next one.